So they're at home. Meeting
Yeah,
is
they're at
live.
home.
Okay, it's now streaming. It is live.
Is it live now? All right. So
Yeah.
it's live. Hello, hello, my warriors. How are you tonight? I'm very excited because I got Yeli here. And she's gonna talk all about how she does music therapy and mindfulness music and we had a conversation, and this is why I invited to her, because she does things different. And this is what I wanted to bring her. So if you have any questions, if you um if you want to leave a comment, just please let me know who's watching, and I will tell Yeli who what the questions are. She can.
I joined too, so I have it
Oh,
here.
did you? Okay, awesome. So you know who's gonna be there.
I did.
Awesome,
I did.
awesome. So I'm just gonna let you go, just like crack on, like just tell me what your story is and how it's related to music therapy.
Well, the first thing that I want to say is that I am not a music therapist, but music, it is a form of therapy because music makes you feel good. Anything that makes you feel good, sunshine is a type of therapy. The sound of water is a type of therapy. So music is a form of therapy, but I'm not a music therapist. Okay, so that's the first thing. So I'm a mom of two beautiful little boys. I am a wife. I am an MBA. I'm a photographer, and I'm a musician. And today I'm here, as you said, to to tell you more about the amazing benefits that I've seen from making music and the experience of seeing the change in people from learning something new, as as it can be, like as music can be. So
Tell,
so yeah,
tell
I'm
us
very
a
happy
little
to be
bit,
here.
tell us a little bit of your story, because I found your story very interesting. Like from when you were little kind of music and then restarted it again later on, and how
Yeah,
did that help you? Tell us a little
yeah.
bit about it.
So as I was saying, well, I started studying music when I was only 5 years of age. So when I was 18, I was already qualified to be a music teacher. So I started since I learned how to write. My mom started teaching me music herself, and then I went to music conservatories in my home country, the Dominican Republic, and Spain, because I lived in Spain. I'll get there afterwards. So I studied music. I wanted to be a musician professionally, but my dad refused for me to professionally choose music. So I went to Spain and studied media and communications and continued studying music together with media and communications. I then moved to the UK, did a year there, my last year of media. And when I moved back to the Dominican Republic after studying media and communications, I stopped making music for a long time. I went into the corporate world. I had a very successful corporate career in marketing, sales, and all of that. Come to Ireland because I met an amazing guy in the UK that brought me back to this side of the world. And here I am. I did a master's in marketing, and I got to a point, and three really important things happened to me between when I finished my master's. Okay, I kept working in the corporate world, but three life events happened, like, that really made me think. Like, the first one is that my father died suddenly in 2013. I didn't see him ever again. He got a heart attack, and I just had to fly back and see him, and I couldn't ever see him. And then I became a mom the year after that, 2014, from my first little boy. And then in 2016, I became a mom for the second time. So three very important life events made me stop and think of what was I doing with my life? How did I feel? I was full of fears because when I had my two little boys, being away from all of my family, you see, I don't have a very strong network of people around. So I was very, very afraid of my life, my own well-being, because I wasn't happy with what I was doing, and their emotional well-being. How were they going to grow up? Who was going to provide them with, you see, education? there's one side of education that it's schools that I miss so much at this moment, but there's another side of the education that is the emotional well-being, their confidence. And I thought to myself, what is that thing that can make me feel much better, and it can make them feel and fulfill those emotional needs? And I thought, it is music. I was missing making music. And I thought, if I give them the ability to perform, that gives them confidence, to learn something new every week that makes them open-minded, to have a community of people, because when you study music, you perform in concerts and you meet other musicians, so you build a community. So all those things, I was thinking, that's exactly what they need and what I need. I was completely lost and broke inside at that time, honestly. And that was the time, 2016, that I said, this is what I'm doing. I quit everything, all my safety, I just let it go. And I started teaching music. You see, I was qualified when I was 18, so I had experience teaching already. So I went and taught music here in primary schools. And when I saw that my approach of giving them the opportunity, giving the kids the opportunity to be open, to be free in my environment, and to be, just to build that confidence around me and around the music, I thought, this is exactly what I should be doing. And that wasn't the last thing. After that, I taught adults that were non-musicians how to have fun with music, singing music, with any commitment, with any background, any musical background. And I could see the benefits that they were getting from making music. So I created my own center, and I've been teaching music since.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Like, I was talking to Dee last week, because she did drawing therapy.
Okay.
And it was like kind of the same for her, but about drawing therapy. Like, she started with something that really loved, and she has to stop it for whatever reason. And then later on, she went back to it because she thought that she needed it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So it was like kind of the same with you. And then you realize that, okay, with this, I can help people because it helped me.
Yeah.
So we were talking about mindfulness music.
Yeah. Mindful music. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is that? What did you mean by that?
So let me start by explaining to you what mindfulness is, because it took me a few years to understand what it was. So I go back to the first time I heard that word, and that was 10 years ago. I suffer from serious migraines. I get like really bad migraines, and I've been to all the neurologists in every country that I've been, looking for an explanation for my migraines. And one of them, back in the Dominican Republic, told me that I should try meditation. And he prescribed meditations. He gave me acupuncture, he gave me reflexology, and he gave me meditate. He told me, you need to repeat this mantra, you need to close your eyes, and you need to blank your mind at 6 a.m. in the morning every day. And I tried that and I couldn't do it, and I just gave it up, because after a month of waking up at 6 a.m. in the morning and not achieving anything, I just gave it up. I couldn't understand what I was doing. And my mind was going crazy at the same time. So it was so difficult. Anyway, long story short, in 2019, I decided to go to Thailand and actually find out how does that, I was so curious since then to see if this thing could really help me. And when I went there, I had a few interviews, like face-to-face interviews with different monks. And I had a monk that taught me how to meditate and how to do mindfulness. And the only thing that she told me is mindfulness is being present. And I was like, everything just clicked, because I thought, so the most, like when you're making music, you couldn't be more present, because your hands are in a position that your mind needs to be paying attention to it. Your eyes are looking either at the teacher or the music. You're listening to something. So all your senses are connected in the activity that you're performing at the time. So I said, that's the most mindful activity that you can do, because you're so present when you're making music. And I thought, I need to teach people, like I need to let people know how powerful this is, because I'm sure you remember one time that you were sad and you listened to a song that made you feel, changes your mood straight away, you know? So that is exactly what, like the mission that I have to like to teach people to find those ways with music without being a musician, because you don't have to be a musician to be able to get the benefits from music, you know?
I suppose it's also the, I don't know, but the vibrations of the instrument you playing, or even if you singing,
Yeah.
the words that you're saying, the rhythm, all of that influence in your mood. Like you said
Absolutely.
before,
Yeah.
if
So
you
you
listen to, yeah.
Yeah, so you said a very important thing, vibration. So music has a vibration. Music is vibration, and we all have a vibration. Even I don't know, even like there's specific vibration in specific places, and instruments have a vibration. And yes, there is certain type of music that's now, like, in generally speaking, that can actually heal you.
Yeah.
You know, so there's music with very high vibration that if you listen to it and you concentrate and you get a very high state of meditation, you can actually start healing parts of your body. That's demonstrated. There's a lot of research about it. So yes, so that's how I discovered, and so everything clicked together when I went to Thailand in 2019. That music is just the most mindful activity that you can perform. So like if you're singing a song, if you're playing an instrument, if you like if you're listening to some music and you get really into it, it changes your mood, and it brings you to the present moment.
It is true. It is true. So there is one type of music for every mood, I can say.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. You can find
So
anything you want.
my question for me would be like, so if how did you help people to be mindful when they using music?
So
So
how
yeah, so is there a technique that you use, or is it, I don't know, how did you do it?
Okay, so let's do an exercise together now.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I want you to copy what I do. We're going to do an exercise. It's for singing. Okay. And it's called lip rolls. You don't need to know the name. You just need to copy what I'm doing. Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to I'm going to do one, and then you're going to do it with me. So you're going to put your two fingers here. Okay. And then you're going to do.
Right, let's go. Again?
So look at your reaction. Look at your reaction. So your first reaction was actually fun. So you were completely connected. So I demonstrated you that I brought you here. You're very concentrated and you're actually laughing and having fun. So that's the first example. Like if I start a voice class and I start with that exercise, everyone is like, oh my God, and laughs. So that's an act of mindfulness there and then. Okay.
Okay.
So imagine like doing that for an hour. You know, you would laugh a lot.
That's awesome. So like you have a lot of people that you've been working with. This group is mainly to help parents.
Yeah.
And the teenagers. Yeah. How did you help the teenagers?
So I've worked with teenagers when I worked in primary schools, and also I have some teenager students. I love to work with teenagers because they have a nice mix, and that is they're not that young to understand stuff, you know. So with young kids, you have to have a way to explain things, and you have to be very sensitive because they're young. Okay. With adults, you cannot influence them much because they're already formed and they have their way of thinking. But there's that nice in between with teenagers, that they're not that young, but they're not adults. So you can still be a source of good influence for them. You know, you can still negotiate with them. They understand things better, but they're flexible at the same time.
Yeah.
So there's actually a lot of good relationships with teenager students because they understand. If I tell a teenager, for example, I have one of my teenage students, she follows me on social media and she's like, oh yeah, well, your meditation and she's really interested in it, and she really wants to learn it, you know. So I know that when I teach her any technique, any meditation technique, which like she does piano with me, not meditation, because I'm not a meditation teacher. I just implement it in my teaching, you know, or mindfulness teacher. But I know that every single thing I teach her, she's going to apply it, because she has that she's still young to believe and get still an influence,
There is
so
a good thing that is happening in the teenage brain, and I just want to bring this up because
okay,
when when um, when a teenage is like a pre-teenage, like 12 years old, something like that, there's a lot of connections in the neuron in the brain. It's like a tree that has too many branches. And then all of a sudden, those
okay,
connections disappear, what they call, in neuroscience, they call it pruning. Yeah. So
okay,
those connections grow back, it depending on what the brain is going to be specializing on. So
okay,
it's a good moment when the for the teenagers to specialize. If they find a love for music, they're gonna go on that path, because
okay.
that's what the brain is meant to do for them.
It's process.
Yes. So
Okay,
it's
oh, that's
if
great.
like you find that you teenagers love music, that is a good moment to push them and encourage them to do music, because the brain is going to develop that speciality on them.
Okay, interesting,
There,
very interesting.
there you go. um that's very interesting. Like all of the kids love music.
Oh
You know,
yeah, and they're huge fans.
I remember when I was a depressed and suicidal teenager, I picked up my guitar. I didn't have a clue of how to play guitar, but I found that putting the guitar very close to me and just like trying to strike the strings was giving me a nice vibration that I
Yeah,
needed to calm
yeah,
down.
yeah.
So I didn't pick up the guitar for ages until the other day, and all of a sudden my fingers were hurting, like I got little calluses in there, but I just couldn't stop playing it, because I I found that I needed that vibration inside me, and the more I was playing, the more I wanted to play, even though my fingers were hurting very badly.
Yeah, because like the benefits of making music, they're still discovering benefits, and how your brain, like for example, I have a teenage special needs child, that's
Oh,
well, child, yeah, teenager, she's doing singing and movement and voice with me, and she's never made music. She's not a musician. She's a special needs like a girl, and the like her emotions, her reactions, even her face, the way she starts moving her body. It's just amazing to see, and I've seen that in her, and I've also seen in like really um like people like over their 70s,
hmm,
that like that age, with dementia and stuff like that, that they start remembering, like some people that has forgotten how to even talk,
yeah.
they remember some music, so their music goes to areas of the brain that are never forgotten for people that has that type of problems, so it's really amazing.
It is like
It
it's
is.
like how it does connect to your brain and your emotions, and it's just like,
It's emotion, that's it.
yeah,
Pure
it
emotion.
is emotion, like
It's pure
through,
emotion. It is pure emotion, and and we learn like emotions really shape the way, not shape, but we remember emotions. So if
yeah,
something makes you feel really, really good, I was reading an article the other day saying, I'm sure that you remember where you were exactly in 9/11. Everyone remembers that.
yeah,
Everyone, like the most um like the most forgetful person remembers when, like exactly where they were on 9/11, when the attacks in New York,
yeah,
because that was a very, very, very like high impact news, and like it was very emotional for all of us to see that happening. It was quite like a big event worldwide, so everyone remembers that. The same way you would remember, I don't know, any good thing too, but because we like emotions, I don't know, they go straight to our system and they like we get a stamp.
The thing about music is that you remember things and emotions, as you say, emotions and events and people when you remember a song, and you also create new memories with music. So
So
it is something really, really powerful. And
very powerful, very powerful. Like, I don't know if you know, I'm sure you know Tony Robbins, right? So the way he used, I went to his last event a few months ago, like virtual event a few months ago, and the way he uses music, I was just observing it because I'm a musician. So he uses music even when he's like, if he's telling a nice story, he uses one type of music. If he's telling a sad story, he uses a different type of music. If he wants you to jump and scream, he uses a different type of music. So his events are pretty much led by the use of music. He uses music in a really clever way, and he really gets out of the audience what he needs and wants.
it is,
And
true.
it was actually amazing just to see the event from that point of view.
Oh, you're so lucky you went to see him. Oh my God, he's like for the parents that are watching and they don't know who Tony Robbins is, it's like the the god of the life coaching. So
The number one.
Yeah, he's the number one. If you are into coaching, you will know. And his events fill up thousands of people, like a concert sometimes. And
but I didn't.
I
didn't get to see him personally. I saw him virtually.
Okay. So in the live, okay.
Yeah.
So usually his events like fill up.
Oh yeah.
Like with thousands of people, and he uses music a lot to either make the vibrations in the rooms or in the places where they do, in the stadium higher or quiet. The people, he uses music a lot. So music is a really powerful thing.
It is.
When you use it in a mindful way and as a form of therapy. So with
there is
no go.
Okay. No, so there's two different things. So music is a very mindful activity, and being mindful is like what I said before. It's only being present. There are like a lot of it's like everyone wants to be present now. We're all alone. We're finding ways to run away from our own heads because it's been a difficult year for everybody. So as I said, even if you're not a musician or if you're not interested in learning music, using music just to bring you to get yourself out of a bad emotional state, it's amazing, and it's doable. There is that music is a free resource that if we know how to use it, it can help all of us to improve our well-being.
So my question for you now is like, for people who are interested on finding you and get to know a little bit more of what you're doing, how can they contact you? So like, I put some links in there. You can explain a little bit more about them.
Yeah, so I'm available, I'm open on social media. So I have my Facebook page, have my Instagram page. I'm also on LinkedIn, and I'm also on, where else? And there's also another link that I shared with you for people to get to know about what I do a little bit more. Okay, so my website, my LinkedIn, my Facebook, my Instagram. I didn't give you my LinkedIn.
Piano.
Sorry?
You're doing the piano, I forgot that word now.
Piano studio.
Yeah, piano studio. Well, I was going to say piano club. The piano studio.
So the links, the links are there, and I have a very fun piano group class for adults. Okay, because I found myself very lonely when I became a mother. I don't know how the experience was for everyone else, but in my own experience, I felt overwhelmed a little bit, you know, having kids and away from home and everything. I just felt that way. And I thought, if I feel this way, I'm sure there's other people feeling this way. So it would be nice to set up an activity for, let's say, a group of friends or a group of not friends, where they can meet now, especially in the middle of this isolation that we're living. They can meet, make some music, have a little bit of fun, and then that's it. That's a great option. And then I have many other options too. So I'd be happy to help.
So whoever is watching and is interested to know more about her, just click on the links, or even you can message her.
Message me. Yeah.
Leave a comment under the video.
Yeah.
The links are gonna be above the video. So leave a comment under the video if you're interested to know more about what she does. So just like go and stalk her in all her social media.
There's nothing to like. There's nothing there. Like I said more than what is there.
What is the future now holding for you?
So the future is to be very present. More learning. I am starting a new class that I have designed, or I put together mindfulness, voice, and movement. So voice, because it's the instrument that we all have, and it's the most liberating thing to use it as like for singing. Mindfulness, where I would teach all of the techniques that I've learned throughout the years. So all the breathings, so you know, you do breathing techniques before you sing, but the breathings that I would include in that I will include in that class would be breathings, mindful breathings, you know, that would help you relax, and that you could use them on your own time. When you're on your own and you need to relax, you know how to breathe. And some moves, because we actually need to move, you know, it's very healthy to move. So it's not going to be anything like a Michael Jackson choreography or Britney Spears or Madonna, but a little bit of move, you know. And that's something, that's a really beautiful project that I've been thinking about it a lot, and it's finally coming together. So I have a link there for people that are interested. There's going to be so the people that sign up first are going to be the first ones to be in the very first class.
Awesome.
It's going to be very affordable because it's for non-musicians. So you don't need to be a musician to join, you know, and listen to the music that people want to sing, because there's no point in me telling you what you're going to sing if you don't like it. Mm-hmm. Whereas if I tell you, what would you like to sing next month? And you tell me, okay, I want to sing ABBA and whatever. I don't know what you like, but it's going to be listening to what people want to sing, so that the experience, it's a 360 well-being experience. So that's one thing. And then learning. I'm always studying, always learning. And that's my future. Just learning more, because we never keep evolving. So that's it, really.
That's awesome.
Learning to pass on, to give, you know, learning to give it, you know, to give, really.
At the end of the day, serving people is what makes us happy. Seeing all the people happy with the help that we're giving them. Awesome.
Yeah.
With all this said, I'm just gonna let you guys go. If you have any questions for her, just like, as I said, just like message her, click on the links, or just talk a little bit of what she does on social media, and then she'll be happy to contact you. Leave any comments.
I'd be delighted.
You need to, yeah.
To help, you know. Yeah, yes. Because more of like, I think that my mission, like one of my missions, because I have a few missions, you know, like with the many different roles that we have in life, but one of them is to let people know how powerful can music be. You don't need to be a musician, you don't need to study hours, but you can get great benefits out of it. So yes, in my profile, actually, on Instagram and some on Facebook, there are loads of interviews that I did. I did a whole series called Music and Wellbeing, where I spoke to other people about how music has helped them. So it would be interesting if they like the topic, to see how other people what they have to say about it.
Actually, she's doing another interview after this one.
Yeah.
For a TV
I
channel. So I'm so pleased that you came here and spent a little bit of time with us.
Yeah, I'm gonna have time to finish my cup of tea and go to the other interview. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, my darling, and thank you all for watching and being there. Because I'm just gonna let you go and enjoy your evening tonight.
Thank
Okay,
you so much, and don't forget to like use that resource. You all have it, and it's a very healthy way to be happier, you know, to become a happier self.
awesome. Okay, now I'm gonna let you all go.
Thank you.
Okay, bye, my darling. Bye.